As web designers, we can admire the elegance of Apple's product pages, but 3D is notoriously tricky. And even if you have the models, integrating it with your website involves hiring a specialist to whip up some custom code. Until now, Webflow have just announced native integration with Spline, a web-based 3D modeler. That means you can create interactions and animations of 3D objects within Webflow's visual designer. Let me show you how easy it is to make an Apple-like design. So navigate over to Spline and log in, and within the library we have all these assets that we can borrow. So if we click on product, there's an Apple Watch, so this will help us with our Apple-like website, and you can just hold Option and click and drag around and see we've got a 3D model here that somebody's kindly made for us, and obviously you can make your own models in here. So if we go over to the scene and click and expand these layers of the Apple Watch, we can just show and hide the different portions of the watch to see what we're working with, because I think this strap, I want to change the color because it's a bit wacky, and I'm just going to go for like the standard black rubber strap. So I'm just changing the color of this main material here. I think it maybe leave it with a little bit of a purple tinge in it, see what that looks like. I'm not sure actually about that purple tinge. I think let's just make it super simple and get rid of that and just make it totally desaturated, a very dark gray. Okay, I'm happy with that for now for the purposes of our demo. Now, there's a couple of other things we'll want to do. There's a ground in here. You might not have been able to see it because it's grey on grey, but if we change the color of it to red, we don't want that ground because we want our watch to float when we bring it into the website interface. So I'm just going to select it and then delete it over there in that left panel. Then you want to turn on under frame auto zoom there on the top right. Click yes, because that will just make sure that the watch stays in the frame. Then go to export and just look at the export settings. We'll go to play settings first of all. If you want the logo off, you can upgrade. It's only $7 a month, which is very reasonable if you're going to use this in a commercial project. And we want to hide the background color, and all the orbit, pan, zoom settings go to no, because we're going to mess with that in Webflow, not in here. And we're going to go to viewer. This is where we're going to get the code from. You can optimize the performance of these things just to make the file size a little bit smaller, but for our demo we don't really need to do that. I'll just check the play settings are the same as what we've just set in the public URL. Yep. And we want to copy the embed code. Now, this is what we would have always needed in Webflow, even if we were doing this with a custom code, but now we just need this URL because this is now natively integrated within Webflow. So that URL is the one you need. So this is my Webflow project that I've set up, and you want to go to add, and then under media, we now have Spline scene, which you can see there with the beta mark next to it. Go to the URL, copy, our URL from TextEdit, and then just paste it into that field and click reload Spline scene. Now in the navigator, if we drag that Spline scene to the top just under the body and scroll up, we can see, hey presto, there's our watch in Webflow. Easy as that. So let's put this together into a web page. We want to go to size. I'm going to change this to 100 viewport height so it takes the full height of the screen there. The position, I'm going to change this to sticky and the top to 0 so that it can stay in position and the other sections can scroll in front and behind it. So this simple website that I've set up, it's just got 2 sections here, just some type over a background image and then another section of copy. I'm going to select the hero section and change the top margin to -100 viewport height, and that's just going to offset it so our hero section now starts from the top, not underneath the spline scene. Yeah, so the two are over the top of each other, and then we see the next info section below that. So that's basically working how I want it to. However, it's not very dynamic the way it's working, so let me just jump in and tweak this so we have some parallax scrolling going on. Okay, I fixed that. Here's a quick demo. So now you can see the headline is moving at a different pace to the background image there underneath the watch, which just makes that a little bit more dynamic and less flat looking. So now we want to actually animate this watch, but we don't want to click on the actual spline scene to animate because we want it to animate as we scroll. So we're going to click on the info section, and then we're going to go to the interactions, and then add element trigger while scrolling in view, then action, play scroll animation. And we can see the parallax scroll effect I just made there. Then we're going to click add an animation, and I'll just call this something like watch spin. Then click plus. Now you can see here there's no spline option, which is what we're going to look for here. And the reason for that is it's not selected. So I'm just going to save this. And you can see that is now the scroll animation that's selected with a white circle next to it. Click on the gear for the settings, then go over and click on the spline scene in the navigation, and click add. And you see now under integration, spline is there as an option for us to select. Now the keyframes have not appeared there in the actions timeline. So maybe if we just save it and come back into it, I'll just click save and then again click on the gear settings. Hey presto. So from 0% to 100, which is start to end, we have these keyframes. So if we click on the first one, you see under the spline menu at the bottom, you can choose which part of the 3D model. I'm going to choose the whole Apple Watch, but you could just select like a button if you wanted. And I want to mess with the rotation. So I'm going to set the X, Y, and Z rotation start values to 0. That's actually moved the watch around a bit. So let me just tweak it visually so it's in a nice sort of angle that I'm happy with for the beginning state. I'm okay with that, right? Then I'm going to go to 100%, which is the end of the transition. Click on that keyframe. Again, select the Apple Watch at the bottom. And I'm just going to type in the same values that I had at the beginning, just so we're starting from the same place. Then I'm going to drag this Y rotation because I want the thing to rotate around as the user scrolls down the page. And we want to finish on this crown on the side, which is the part that you can turn the rotary dial, and that to be on display there next to the type as you get to that point. It makes sense. So let's save that and let's just see what that does. We'll just preview it. So it's rotating around, but it's only rotating part of the way. That's probably because this is the last section, this info one, there's nothing underneath it on the website, so it's not coming all the way down. If we just preview that, we live preview, it's only getting to 50%. So this wouldn't be with another section underneath, but just for the sake of a demo, let's just drag up this final keyframe from 100% to 50% and save that, because then it will demonstrate what it's supposed to look like. So let's have a look in the preview. The model rotates around, bang, right to that final state there with the crown. So have another look at it again. And this is very much an Apple-like thing. We've got the parallax scrolling, we've got things on different layers, makes it feel more dynamic and more tactile. And a better quality model here would really lift it. Apple's models are obviously incredible. The actual watch there, the main part of it, it looks a bit flat. It really would need more metallic textures and reflections on it, but that would be enough to really lift it. But this just shows you what you can do very, very quickly in less than 10 minutes. We've integrated an interactive 3D model into our website. And within Spline, you can make, whatever models you want for your own site. 3D can help you level up your web designs by adding depth and realism, making products feel more tangible and interactions more engaging. So try this out for yourself. If you really want to learn Webflow, you know you're in the best place with Flux Academy. Check out our other videos here on the channel and our newly updated Webflow Masterclass, which covers the latest features and has already been enjoyed by almost 6,000 students. If you're here in October 2023, check out the special launch pricing. Until next time, my friends, happy designing.